All set?
Yes,
Right.
you're all set now.
All right, this is the July 28th, 2025 meeting of the Richmond Zoning Board of Review. We'll call this meeting to order. First on our agenda is approval of minutes from June 23rd, 2025. Any issues with the meeting minutes?
None.
No? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion
Second.
for the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are approved. That brings us to our first matter of new business tonight. That is one, the application of Peter Migliaccio, applicant, Jane Ronaldson Trust Agreement owner for dimensional variance to build a new entry deck to replace a non-conforming deteriorating concrete entry under the zoning ordinance. The new deck is approximately 4 feet further into the front setback. The property is at 29 Old Richmond Townhouse Road in Richmond, Rhode Island, Tax Assessor's Plat 8C, Lot 1-3. We have a representative here this evening.
Right here.
How are you, sir? Just go right to the podium.
Sure.
What we'll do, we'll have the stenographer swear you in.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And your full name?
Peter Drew Migliaccio.
How are you, Peter?
Doing all right, thank you.
Good. Why don't you tell us what's going on, what you'd like to accomplish for this property owner?
Well, she has obviously the front deck is quite
Yes.
degraded. And Jamie has she wrote a note to you guys, a letter. She has visual issues and I think processing issues with her brain. And so for her, that particular step is very difficult for her to maneuver and get up and find the edges. It's like she only sees in 2D. I don't understand it personally, but she needs like visual clues to find the entry, and different things like that. So she wants to have enough room with a newer deck and landing so that she can get up, open the door, and then walk her way in. She's also concerned as she's getting older that she may need to have a ramp in the future. And so part of this was to go out far enough so that we could put a ramp on the side to get up. And that would leave, you don't want to right up against the house, you want to have it a little bit away so that you can maintain the house and that kind of thing. That was the sort of thinking further ahead for one of the things she wanted to do. So that's the major issue there, is mostly her to have enough room on the step, with a storm door or something. She doesn't have one on there yet, but she's thinking of getting, so.
And what is it that you need, 4 feet in addition to what you have?
I was trying to do that math today. I think it's about 3 feet further out than what's there now, and it's wider as well. And so it's hard to tell because it's at an angle exactly how many feet it is, but it's under 4 feet for sure. It's probably closer to 3 feet for how far it sticks out. Like half the house is within the setback. If you look at the, they did a survey of it, and so quite the setback lines are drawn. I don't know if you see that picture there.
I do.
Yeah, so it sort of shows that. So the whole thing is within the setback.
And this is a residential neighborhood.
Residential neighborhood, yeah.
Any questions? Anybody? All right, any member, thank you, sir.
Is that it?
Any, no, so far, hang on, don't leave just yet. Any members of the public for or against this application? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion. Sean?
I've got nothing.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, just one thing. Could we just you asked the right question. I'm glad you did. What the requested relief was, and we got an answer, but it wasn't a very definitive answer. Is it 3 feet? We need to know for the decision.
All right, so sir, what you're doing today, and you mentioned also could be the near future, you also might need a ramp.
Yeah.
What relief are you looking for? Is it 4 feet that I saw in our agenda?
I guess so. That's what it says on the list there. So that was the closest approximation.
Angle, it's pretty much 4 feet.
You know,
It's also 4 foot side setback.
I was looking 4 feet.
4 feet? Okay. That
Okay.
provides clarity.
That sounds good, yeah.
All right.
You want relief, we want to give you specific, but we don't want to be wishy-washy, so I think that's.
That sounds good.
Okay. As far as discussion, I mean, it seems straightforward. This woman has a medical issue, she needs a hand. It's a modest ask. Justin, go ahead.
So is that 4 feet from the building or 4 feet from that slab that's there?
No. From it's,
From the edge of that, yeah, it's gonna go out. But the property, front property line's at an angle. So it's gonna, it like cuts through it at the 4 foot mark. Yeah. So, but it's, no, it's probably 3 feet at one side of it, and 4 feet on the other side of it. It's coming straight out 4 feet.
That's what I, yeah.
More,
It's
more.
Okay.
Did that answer your question, Justin?
It's wider.
the existing, one.
Wider and deeper?
This, the existing one is 56 inches out to the front of the step. And then the new one is gonna be 91 inches out, so that's like 36 inches out, right? And then the width is 75 inches wide as the existing one, and we're going for 120, but it includes a step on the sides. All the way around the thing, so it's you know, so depending on where you come, because it's kind of at an angle, I don't know exactly the way to measurement. It's a little more than 3 feet under 4 feet, so 4 feet would be well within, it would be no more than 4 feet out, so.
Sounds like 4 it is. 4 it is. Any other questions, clarification?
Yeah, I just have clarification for this, this submission. I don't know what docket number it is. It's, 11B-004-000.
So that's supposed to go to number 2. So we got a new person who now puts all of the documentation that we provide to ClerkBase onto ClerkBase. So I apologize if that was not, that's why I labeled them to match exactly.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I got this from an email.
No,
Okay.
I apologize, yeah.
So that's not related to this.
It's not related.
11B4 is application.
It's number 2. Okay, sorry, that's why I was confused. Like, this doesn't look like it, okay.
Any other questions?
No.
All right. Somebody wanna make a motion?
No.
No? All right, I'll make a motion. All right, I move to approve this application for a dimensional variance seeking 4 feet of relief. The basis for that is it appears that the hardship for which the applicant seeks relief is due to the unique characteristics of the subject land or structure and not the general characteristics of the surrounding area. And is not due to physical or economic disability of the applicant. The exception of physical disability, we heard testimony that this relief is needed on the basis of a physical disability of the applicant, specifically related to her sight. That's a basis upon which she seeks this relief. The hardship is not the result of any prior action of the applicant. We heard no testimony that this is of any fault or prior action of the applicant. And the granting of the relief will, requested variance will not alter the general character of the surrounding area or impair the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance. We heard testimony that this was a residential zone. This seems to be a modest ask, whether it be a slight addition or bumping out of the stairs, or in the future, the addition of a ramp. There's no reason to suggest that would alter the character of this residential neighborhood in any manner. On that basis, I'd seek to grant the relief. Is there a second?
Second.
Heard over here for a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now you're good.
All right,
Congratulations. Good luck to
right,
you.
thank you so much.
young lady over there.
and thank you again for all of your service and working here.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Have a nice night.
All right, have a good night.
All right, that brings us to number 2 in new business. This is the application of James Callahan, applicant. Jack Noves, owner, for a dimensional variance to extend into the front setback by 9.1 feet for a front porch. The home has an existing dimensional variance from the rebuild due to the presence of wetlands behind the home. The property is 863 Kings Factory Road in Richmond, tax assessors 11B lot 4. Mr. Callahan.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, Chair Soitro, members of the board. Thank you for your time tonight. My name is James Callahan of Callahan and Callahan, 3 Brown Street in Whitford. Here tonight, on behalf of Jack Norris, who's here today as well. He's the owner of a home at 863 Kings Factory Road. You've probably been by this house many times. He's seeking a dimensional variance from the required front yard setback. Jack has lived there with his family for almost 20 years. He and his family want to upgrade the front porch so that there's a farmer's porch basically on the front. Interestingly, the lot abuts wetlands to the rear, so you can only place the house at a certain setback from the wetland, so it has to be up front as is. And interestingly, again, the state owns property directly in front of his yard. And that used to be a public highway, but the state apparently moved the road off from his property. And Jack did seek from the State Properties Commission permission to buy that property. Actually went through pretty deep in the process, put down a deposit of $750. Was close, but then as things go with the state, I guess that didn't work out. So he has tried a couple of different ways to do this, and we think this is a reasonable request. Jack is notably a decorated veteran. He spent significant time in the Middle East, as recently as 2023. He unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer during his term, and then endured an 18-hour surgery after that, where he's still recovering 2 years later. So this expansion allows family to enjoy nights like tonight on the porch, relax, and we don't think it'll affect anybody at all because there's really only 3 abutters and no one is actually in front of his house in any close basis. So overall, we don't think this is, we hope this is not seen as a difficult request. At this point, I'd like to ask Jack to come up and explain his process a little bit more.
How are you, Jack?
I'm good, you?
I'm good. Let's have the stenographer swear you in, please.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And your full name?
Jack Albert Norris.
Jack, what are you trying to do? Tell us.
Okay, so around 20-something years ago, I came to the same process here, applied for a variance to build a new house. The farmer's porch was on there. At the time, we asked for a 6-foot farmer's porch. But somehow in the communication, something got missed and it didn't, that the farmer's porch, even though it's mentioned in the verbiage of the hearing, that area did not get captured into what we asked for the variance for the setbacks for those dimensions. So and we didn't catch that till just a couple of years ago. I came here a few years ago. 4 years ago, I actually came to the zoning, and at first zoning sent me explained a few things to me, looked into it, and then they sent me a letter saying I had to get a class 1 survey done. So I'm calling, so I spent a couple months trying to track down a surveyor, and every surveyor is like, why do you need a class 1 survey to build a porch on the front of your house? You just need to get a variance. So I went through that process, and then shortly later I ended up having to be deployed, and I still had to work on my wetlands permit. So my wetlands permit came after that too, and that finally got approved. So by the time this all got approved, I was already out the door to go on a 6-month deployment. So I figured I'd come when I came back, I would get the process started again. And well, 2 years ago in October, this upcoming October will be 2 years ago that changed my life and my family's life with my diagnosis, but everything so far is looking good. So now I'm asking to build the 8-foot wraparound farmer's porch in the front to the left side, and it looks like it's only the front side. So I have this huge front lawn. If you see in the drawing there, beyond the black vertical line, all that round curve, that's all my front yard that I have maintained, planted grass, seed, fertilized every single year, but I don't own it. The state owns it. So talking to the state, so instead of doing the variance a few years ago, I was like, I don't want to do a variance again. I'm gonna see if I can purchase it from the state. So it sounded like they were gonna do it. They had me send the money, had a few phone calls, and they're like, yeah, this is a slam dunk. No one's gonna, this is your front yard, even though we own it. This is a slam dunk. And they told me that I need to wait until this upcoming September before they would actually sell me the property, because they just built a new bridge over the Pawcatuck River, which is the town line between Charlestown and Richmond. And they told me to hold off until the feds come and inspect the bridge so the state can get their the grant money reimbursed for that bridge. So I was gonna wait till this upcoming September, start the process to purchase it. Well, a few months ago, I ended up getting a letter in the mail when they returned my check saying, after further review, we cannot sell that property to you. And they didn't tell me exactly, though, they just said it's rainwater conservation, I think it said. So I made a phone call. I'm like, so what is this all about? And so they told me years ago, the federal government sued the state of Rhode Island for allowing properties to be so close to the river and runoff to go straight into the rivers. So for them to mitigate that with the federal government, they had to identify properties around waterways throughout the state that they would deem unbuildable, that they would never allow to build. And that frontage of my property was identified as one of those properties. And they said it'd be hard to get it off that list to be able to buy it from them. So now I'm back here again for a variance, asking for the relief.
Now, we heard about the wetlands. We can't go backwards with the porch because of the wetlands.
Yeah, and that's the bad, but yeah, there's no, I can't even build on the backside. Yeah, I have about 20 feet from my backyard before it drops into wetland. So I don't have a backyard. I have all front yard and side yard. I have like no backyard. And a lot of mosquitoes to go with along with it.
Yeah.
Lots of mosquitoes. So yeah, I own a bunch of wetlands. So on the other side of the wetland, so my property boundaries is Meadowbrook. It's a brook that comes from Meadowbrook Pond and it eventually flows to the Pawcatuck River. So that's my property line, and the Pawcatuck River is my property line on the south side. And then so like even on that right there, yeah. So I guess the blue is the boundary of my property. So on the other, to the left side of that blue vertical line is all that grass, all that frontage of property that I really want to own. Especially since I'm in non-conforming lot at 1.9 acres and I'm R3 zoning. I was hoping by purchasing that would put me at the 3 acres possibly, but that's not gonna happen now because of the state.
Any questions? No? Any members of the public for or against this? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. Is there a second? A second, all in favor? Discussion.
Seems like you're doing a lot of work for the state.
So my site plan, I actually called the surveyor that did the work for the bridge. He pretty much surveyed my property and my neighbor's property across the street in order to do the survey for that bridge. And so when I had to get a site plan done, I hit him up like, hey, you know, this shouldn't cost me much money since you already collected all the data of my front. The only thing he didn't do was my backyard, but he captured everything, captured my septic system, my well. He was all over my yard. I had control my dogs at times, but it was easier. It was an easier process to have that survey. It wasn't really a class 1 survey or anything, but as far as the site plan goes, yeah, it's very accurate because it was done by a surveyor.
One thing I meant to ask and I didn't ask, there's residential houses around you, front porches, they trust are common.
Absolutely, yes.
I live myself, so I think I'd be a hypocrite.
Yeah, there's a lot of them around here. I've been jealous for many
Yes.
years. So when I first built the house in 07. So I built it in 06, moved in end of 06, and then I deployed in 07. And then when I got back, well, I was like, oh, I'll wait another year before I build the house. I went a little over budget on the house. Well, what happened in 2008? The whole housing market crashed. The whole economy crashed. And from where I had a lot of equity right after I built it, no longer existed. And I was underwater financially in the house for 10 years before I could even refinance.
Any other questions, comments? We're in discussion, so no. Okay. I'll take a stab at it.
No.
I didn't see if we got you. Anybody? No? All right, lucky me. All right, I make a motion to approve Mr. Norris's application here. The basis of that is the hardship upon which the applicant seeks relief is due to the unique characteristics of the subject land or structure and not the general characteristics of the surrounding area. We heard testimony, was started by Attorney Callahan and then supported by his client that there's wetlands on the property. Mr. Norris provided specificity that the majority of his backyard is wet. A portion of the backyard is bounded by a river. He can't add this porch or this addition that he seeks to add rearwards. It has to go forwards. There's been no testimony that the hardship is the result of any prior action by this gentleman. And we also heard testimony that this is in a residential neighborhood and front porches are common in this area. On that basis, it doesn't seem like this would alter in any way the general character of the surrounding area or the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance. On that basis, I seek to grant the relief sought. There's a second? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
James.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you for your service, Jack.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
DJ.
All right, that brings us to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
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 No.